In this video, we're gonna do something we haven't done for quite a while, and that is have an overview of updates that were introduced to BigPicture. Some of them we've already covered with other videos, a bit more in depth. In this one, we're gonna cover a lot of features, but quite shallowly. So I'll just mention them, give some very high level pros and cons, and tell you what to focus on if there is something that needs to be taken into consideration using them. This video is part of our effort to provide best possible training around Jira, Confluence, and whole Atlassian ecosystem. If you would like to support us, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below if you have any questions, and remember you can always reach out to us for one of our paid services like training, consultations, or implementations. Let's start this video by going over the changes available in the Gantt module. So first one is regarding the dates. So in the past, when you added new ticket to the box and this ticket did not have any start and end date, BigPicture automatically filled those. So basically the tickets appeared on in the Gantt module. Now this is not the case. BigPicture will not automatically update issue start and end date, and we can even expand minimap. You'll see that, basically most of these issues are not visible here. We could even select one of these and try to scale to fit. It would basically show us this issue on the timeline, but this is not available. To add issue on the timeline now, you basically need to click on the timeline in the place where you want to add the issue, and then of course you can rescale it. So this has pros and cons. So as a pros, and I think that this is a good one, is that you will not get any misleading dates over here. When BigPicture set the dates, it was by default a specific date, and it could be misleading if someone did not remember to update the date. Basically the task was planned for wrong period. Now you need to be aware of that, and you need to set dates by yourself. Basically having the precise dates that will not be misleading is an upside. The downside is that for a lot of people it was already part of the process, right? They added a task, the date appeared, or the task was planned to be done today, and they could replan it. So now by default this is not available in BigPicture. You can always use some kind of automation that basically when you create a task, the start and end date will be set automatically, but this is no longer part of BigPicture. Now BigPicture allows to have the tasks in the boxes that do not have any dates set, and you basically need to make sure that the dates are set correctly by yourself. Another feature, and this is a big one in my opinion, although we won't spend a lot of time on this video as we already covered this feature in one of the previous ones, is the multiple baseline. Something to keep in mind is that this feature is available only in BigPicture Enterprise, but over here you can see that I can create not only one baseline as I could in the past. I can actually create the baseline, save it to history, and later be able to access it. So at the moment I am displaying just single baseline, the current one, but I can see what were the baselines in the past, and basically you can see over here below my current baseline marker I have also old baseline markers. So I can save multiple baselines and then compare them to either current plan, to current start and end dates of the tasks, or current baseline. So that allows us a lot more flexibility when managing baselines. We can create multiple snapshots of what was happening in our project and what was the plan in the past. So this was the feature that was requested a lot. Now it was added, so it's a great addition in my view. Another two changes available in Gantt module are small, but I wouldn't say inconsequential. So first of all, here on the left where we have a list of the tasks, we have scroll added at the bottom, so it's just a bit easier to move around this, especially if we have a lot of columns. This was a problem. We either had to expand this drastically and basically lose a view on the Gantt chart, or play around with column width, which was not really very convenient. Now it's way easy to scroll, so this is small change, but in my view it increases or makes user experience way better. Another change that is not available only in Gantt, but I will show it here, is actually two changes. So first of all, when we hover over the field, we see whether it can be inline edited or not, right? So when I hover over the field, you see that this kind of a frame appears. This means that the field can be edited. So this is first change. It's available both here and, for example, in the scope module. And the second change is that now more fields can be updated, more field types. So start and end date, or date fields, this was something that was already there, but we can update drop-down fields, we can update priority field. So yeah, this is area where BigPicture is still expanding. So I won't go into precise list of what you can update, as I'm sure that in 2 months it will be no longer valid, and if someone finds this video a bit later, it will no longer be make sense, or it will even be misleading. But this is something that you should keep an eye on. If you miss, some field type, you would like it to be edited here, then just check quickly in documentation, because BigPicture takes huge leaps to improve on the fields that can be changed here. Okay, we are leaving Gantt module for brief look at the board module. One thing I want to show and add here is that now on the board module we can actually plan basic tasks. So you can see that, we have basic task here. Do we have any other? Over here, yes. In the past it was not possible. Now you can take basic task and basically plan it as any other task. So again, I'm not a great fan personally of basic task, but there are use cases where it is useful. If you're doing very initial planning and do not want to put all the data as issues in Jira, maybe not to send out notifications or whatever, you just want to do initial planning and later convert the tasks, or the basic tasks, to normal Jira issues, when you know that the plan is more or less sound. Now you can do that also on the board module, not only in Gantt as it was previously. And we will finish this video with going into the settings. Let's start with the settings of the box. Another change that may seem small, but when it comes to user experience, it is very important, and this regards the quick filters. Now quick filters can be ordered with drag and drop. So basically you can decide which quick filters go at the top, which at the bottom. Usually the ones that are used most often goes to the top. And thanks to that, again, when using feature that in my view is one of the most often used and most important, of course it's just an addition because the Gantt, for example, might be more important, but when we combine Gantt with quick filters, the possibilities and robustness of the tool increases drastically. So now one of the most often used feature gets just a bit more easier and faster to use, because especially if you have like dozens of filters, the ones that you use most often can be at the top, and it will just make it a bit quicker and a bit easier to apply them. So another small change, but pretty good. Last thing that I'll mention is in app settings, field mapping. So this is, if you remember, where we define in which Jira field on the issue level information that the BigPicture uses is stored. So we have something that is basically a standard. We've had it for a very long time. in which field BigPicture stores the start date, end date, and so on. But now what is important is that we can synchronize skills with a field, right? So in the past there still is, but there was a widget on the issue level showing you what skills are required to perform a task. Now the same information can be also synchronized to the field that we decide over here. So this information now can be available in the standard JQL search thanks to that. And this basically allows us to use even other reporting tools with this information. Okay, that's it for this video. Hope it was useful for you. Remember that this was just an overview. There is a lot more small things, or maybe things that are a bit too in-depth to discuss, that were introduced and changed in BigPicture. So yeah, if maybe you have still doubt whether the tool is for you or whether it can do whatever you want to, you can always reach out to us. We will discuss it and tell you if this is the good solution for you, if this will help you solve your problems, or if not, maybe we'll propose something else. So remember, you can always reach out to us. And yep, thanks for this video and see you in the next one.